Nessa girl, it is Saturday night, 9:05 p.m. and a bitch like me is staying in tonight. I got some chicken bacon, my covers on the sofa that I just got through watching the Married to Medicine reunion. This reunion gives us a unique opportunity. Because it was nothing but the Cecil and Simone show, there's no chronological order of events that we need to discuss, and we can kind of sit here and just talk and freestyle. Here's my thing, y'all, and I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I'm not buying that anything has been resolved with Cecil and Simone. I'm sorry. For me, the issues that they had from the beginning were never that deep to start with for me. And I'm of the belief that it's not that hard to be in concert with somebody when you want them. And you know, relationships are not that hard. Either I like you or I don't. Y'all been married for 21 years. You didn't start having communication and all this kind of issues until, I don't know. I've never been married and I've never been in a relationship with somebody for 21 years. But it just seems to me when you like somebody and when you love somebody and when you legitimately want that person, it's not that hard. It doesn't require all of this pomp and circumstance, all this counseling. Like, I did learn something in this episode when Heavenly said, if your commitment is to your wife and your wife comes first and this person is an issue, then it would seem to me that you would just let this person go. And a light bulb went off on my head and was like, what Heavenly said basically supports what I'm saying, which is we fight for the shit we want. Cecil's ass fought for Tammy to continuously be around because he likes Tammy, platonic or not. He likes her. So yes, I want her to be around. Simone, on the other hand, I could take or leave you. So I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't require any second thought or any counseling or anything for Cecil to prioritize Tammy. People make time for the shit they want to make time for. And I'm sorry. And it ain't just Cecil's fault. I feel like Simone is the same way. I don't feel like Simone Bout wants Cecil ass either, because divorce is very permanent. And when you're able to be like, you know, fuck this shit. And I just got a feeling, I don't know. I just got a feeling that Cecil and Simone are going to call off their divorce. And for the first couple of months or the year, they're going to be working towards rekindling. And then they're going to fall back into their natural feelings, which is this has ran its course. And they're my favorite Married to Medicine couple, and I wish I could be here fighting for the black family, so on and so forth, but I gotta be real, y'all, and I just don't see it. And I'm sorry, I don't like the fact that the entire cast was yay and celebrated, because it almost feels as if everything Cecil and Simone were both saying to each other, they were saying it to please their castmates. Time will tell. So I don't want Cecil and Simone to get a divorce. I want them to stay together, but I question if they will. Switching gears, I want with every fiber in my being for Quad and Dr. G to get a divorce. Dr. G, you're an asshole. Like Jackie told you, all of this but, that shit ain't cool. And listen, Dr. G, you might as well have stuck your dick in that girl's vagina, her ass, her mouth, under her arms, in her bundles, and in her shoe. Because the reality of the situation is, the moment in which you got in the car with that bitch and had her meet you at the hotel, the bond and the trust was broken. Let me tell you something. Quad has experienced the feelings, embarrassment, and all the same emotion with you just going to a hotel as she would had you just went on ahead and fucked her. So shit, you should have just went on ahead and fucked the girl, because at least it would make this trouble and this hell that you're catching worth it. You know what I'm saying, bitch? Like that, like shit, my mama told me, ooh, there was an old lady sitting under a tree, and that old lady told me, you don't never leave with nothing. And Greg, this was a situation where basically you left with nothing because you still caught hell for it. I'm glad you didn't cheat on my friend, but you kind of did. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, it would seem to me when you love somebody and you want to be with them, that you would do anything to soothe their pain and not give them, I'm sorry, but, and then instead of you just owning what you did, you kind of tried to put that on Quad and was like, I had to question, why am I out here doing this? Because you feeble mind, because you don't want to be there. Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe unrest in the household, stress and drama in the household makes it easier. It lays the foundation to make somebody else be able to come in and sweep in. Betty Wright told y'all about the cleanup woman. It makes it very easy for the cleanup woman. But at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck if she got a gun to your head at the house making every day in that house miserable. She did not make you go to that hotel. She made it easier for you, or she might have, the pain at home might cloud your judgment, but she did not make you do that. And listen, God forbid anything ever happen between Toya and Eugene when it comes to infidelity. Because the faces that Eugene makes when y'all be talking about cheating on y'all damn wife, Eugene ain't here for the shit. Let me see, I did take a few notes. This was a touching episode. You know, Curtis gave Cecil some good, he gave Greg some good advice. Cecil, here is how I know that it's just time to call it quits. You already know that your wife has slight issue with Tammy. Cecil, no light bulb went off in your head at any point that says she don't need to be there for 8 days, that Simone is going to be annoyed by this. This is already an issue in our marriage. 8 days is a lot. And it's funny because it's hard sometimes to give up something when it fills you up. And I do get the impression that this Tammy woman fills Cecil up. She makes him feel good in ways that Simone doesn't, can't, won't, refuses to. I don't know what the answer is. And I think if Cecil was getting from Simone what he's getting from Tammy, it would have not been an issue giving Tammy up. Cecil said what he said on this camera and to appease the cast. But let me ask you a question. How, and this is just me being real, how do you dead a relationship with someone and this person is source of your emotional and mental sustenance? They haven't done anything wrong, and you really don't want to end the friendship. You're just doing it because you're being pressured to or swayed into doing. That relationship ain't gonna end. It's gonna be modified. It's gonna be modified, but it's just not. I don't see it ending because I don't see Cecil wanting Simone or even prioritizing or valuing Simone enough at this point to end a relationship that brings him joy that's platonic. Like, I don't know. I think it's going to create a situation of Cecil sneaking around or calling her after, you know, when Simone ain't around, or meeting up with her, then Simone finds out. Then it looks like infidelity, and then they're back at square one. I don't know, y'all. And y'all know I rise for Cecil and Simone, but I'm just looking at what life has taught me and the dynamics here. And again, I go back to the fact that love is not one of those things that you think about or requires criteria. I don't think it's hard to be in love with someone. It's being in love with someone is not one of those emotions that you think through. Either it is or it isn't. Either my heart goes pitter-patter when you walk in the room. I don't know that there's any level of conversation or counseling that can make me re-fall in love with you. I don't know. Time will tell. This was a really good episode. I want to say this too. I like this Mariah. This reunion, especially the latter part of the reunion, and I've known from day one that this has always been a large part of my issue with Mariah. I can fuck with the genuine Mariah. The Mariah who was present in the moment with no pretense. I can't deal with this. Yes, Queen Bee, bow down to me. If it wasn't for me, y'all wouldn't be here. I hate that person. I do. The Mariah that was on the couch, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, every other season I've left like, fuck her. She ain't got to be around. Ship that bitch upstream. If Mariah can stay in that space that she was in on this third part, just being take that makeup, that wig, the lashes, like I need the real person. I need the stripped down, authentic experience. That's what I feel like I got on this third part of the reunion, and some of the second part. When these women focus on all this fabulosity and all these airs and delusions of grandeur, that's when they lose me. So I'm saying all that to say, I welcome that Mariah. I actually want to see more of that Mariah. Then I'm like, yes, she's the missing piece to this puzzle. Y'all ended on a high note. I do not want Mariah to come back next season with her mama doing her bidding and her dirty work with the Facebook Lives. And please, Mariah, we understand you put this thing together. We thank you for that. We understand that at one point you were the nucleus. We understand that you have an executive producer title. We understand all of that. What we don't understand is this level of deference that you want because of these things. 6 seasons in, at this point, it's just let that go. Let that go. And I think if Mariah could just let that go, that she could gel with these girls. But as long as people feel like you only trying to get back in to prove this, you're the Queen Bee point, even down to you bringing that poster and shit. You the only one with a damn step and repeat in your room and your face on the door. And it's considering the issues that you have with these women of trying to assert some type of dominance over them, that poster reinforced that. Everybody else got a placard on their door. Bam! I got a poster. I'm the queen. That's my chicken. So it's time for me to get off the line. If Mariah could just let that I've got to be in charge of the girls go and just be one of the girls, I think she'll be all right. With that being said, Nessa girl, let me get off the line. My chicken ready, and I'll call you later. Bad. And don't fuck nobody I wouldn't, unless it's a doctor.